How's it going today, guys? This is Sage, and welcome back to another Market Watch video. I hope you guys had a fantastic week, and I hope you guys are having a good weekend. Today we have a few different cards to go over. So, they recently announced via, I think it was a distributor in Brazil, that Speed Duel has one more product, and then it is done. Speed Duel will be over. So I do want to touch on some of the Speed Duel cards here toward the end of this video. A lot of people really don't like the Speed Duel cards because they say Speed Duel and they have the big Speed Duel stamp, kind of like the 25th anniversary stamp. But honest, Speed Duel Secrets are some of the prettiest cards. They feel good, they look good. I've noticed a lot of hollow bleed with the secrets too, and that's just something that I really like. So we're going to touch on the Speed Duel stuff here toward the end. But first things first, I want to get into this card. If you guys haven't been paying attention to Battles of Legend Monstrous Revenge, you guys might not have noticed this. So, Quarter Century Dark Hole. Okay, classic card. You know, was really good way back in the day, and I mean, it still sees very niche play. But this thing has had a pretty insane spike here recently. There's 10 listings available, one of them being a PSA 9, which is kind of odd. But we have one near mint at $65, and then it's $90, $100 plus. This was $40 for ages. Like, this thing had tanked. We look at the last year. This thing got bought out here in August, September, and then it's just been a steady decline since. But now, we've had sales all the way up to $75, as recently as a few days prior to recording this video. I think the lowest I saw this card go was 4 listings, 4 or 5. It got very low, but it seems like a few listings have still been selling around the 60, 70, 75. Several sales over the last month. I don't know, somebody was just really liking Dark Hole and decided to come pick this up. It's honestly kind of a good idea. If you guys see any of these Quarter Century cards and you feel like the value is significantly lower than where it should be, go ahead and pick them up. Like, they most likely won't print the same rarity again. Now granted, we kind of assume that with Starlights, and then they give us Starlight 2, but that's beside the point. 25th anniversary cards. It's only going to be the 25th anniversary one time. Granted, it's been the 25th anniversary now in product for, what, 2 years, 3 years? It's been a bit, but they started the celebration early, so we'll kind of skip over that. You guys get what I mean. Synchro Zone. So this saw a pretty steady decline. You can see this big spike here in March. This was being used against Snake Eye, primarily, like in all the Runic Stun decks that came up. But then people got scared of Tempai, so they stopped playing this card as much. But now Tempai is not really being seen too much. I mean, it's getting a few tops here and there, but Kaiser Coliseum, not having that, and just really the deck underperforming. I don't know if it's just Snake Eyes is too strong. I feel like that's probably what it is. The Snake Eye is just way too strong right now. But people are starting to pick back up Synchro Zone. So if you guys have this in, again, your BLMR bulk from Monstrous Revenge last summer, you guys were sitting on like $2 per secret. We have one listing here at $149, a couple at $175 before it's quickly over $2. And if we quick sort by item price, so if you guys don't know, with TCG Player, neat little quirk. So any seller that offers this free shipping on orders over 5, when you have it sorted by price plus shipping, you'll always see these guys first. Like if we sort by item price only, you can see these guys have, you know, lower prices. But since this guy has free shipping on, he'll always show up toward the top, and it's kind of weird that way. So yeah, quickly $2 plus. I always find these on Whatnot. I try to pick them up for like $1, 50 cents each, whatever I can, because these sell very well. So just dig through your bulk, go through bulk bins. If you guys have friends, just go ahead and see if you can trade for these. These do sell very frequently. That is a good card to just keep your eye out for. Super Poly from BLMR. So this thing's seen a really steady decline, which is kind of odd. We were kind of anticipating this to go up, especially with just the play of Yubel gonna spike with Phantom of Yubel, but this card has done nothing but tank. We've had a few listings sell. These 4 sold today, so I don't know. Maybe people are trying to get back on it, but dude bought for $9.24. He bought this direct. There's several listings down here for $7, $8. Yeah, a lot cheaper. Also, shout out Chain. Chain is a very large TCG player, seller, and a homie on Whatnot. If you guys haven't tuned into Chain Strike's streams, I'm going to leave his link down in the description. He's a homie. Highly recommend him. He's just what every Whatnot seller should strive to be. The dude is a grinder. But yeah, getting back on topic, Super Poly. This card, all copies of this card are money. If you ever see a copy of this card in bulk, pick it out. Because even all the commons are $6, $7, $8. It's just always going to be a good card. Unless they print this into the ground, this is always going to be a card to pick out of bulk. That is, I think, the topic for the next video. It's just going to be cards that I look for in particular when digging through bulk, or when I'm on Whatnot, or just whenever I can pick up cards, I try to pick up these specific cards because I know they're worth money and I know they're going to sell. So if you guys have any suggestions for that, leave them down in the comments below, and we'll see if you guys can help us out with that. Next card, we got Revealer of the Ice Barrier. So Ice Barrier is very hyped, especially Ice Barrier Runic. I have not personally seen the deck in action. However, it is something that I feel like could be fun. I'm a big Runic enjoyer. A lot of you guys do know this if you guys have been following me for a while. I've played things like Runic Plunder, Runic Stun, Adventure Plunder. I really like Adventure Plunder and Runic Stun. Those are like my 2 favorite decks right now. But yeah, Revealer. If you guys have any of this old structure, you guys probably should have bought these during this initial spike when the Ice Barrier support was announced. You can see there was a little lead up, and then here's when it was officially announced. This is like anticipation, but these were like 30 cents for ages. Now you're paying over $7, $8 per copy. I got a single copy of this at a local game store. Local is in like an hour away. I think I paid $2.50 for it. It's in one of the stacks. I've been going crazy with sorting cards here recently, so I kind of can't keep track of where everything is. But if you guys ever opened any of these structures, they're you gain some money. There's dupe frogs in there, which I can't imagine the common's been going up a ton, but common dupe frogs. There's this. I think there's Ronin Totems in there too, which banned card. It will not come back, likely, as long as Substitute is still unbanned, but, you know, still not too bad. I want to get into a few of these searchers that I really wish had some pretty nice reprints. So Warrior of Atlantis is one that kind of ties into the whole speed duel thing. You can get these easily for like 50 cents a pop. However, you also have rares or structured at commons, and this also has an ulti. I just really like the concept of a field spell searcher that is not terraforming. So, like Warrior of Atlantis, Gravekeeper's Commandant, that kind of thing. I just really find it so nice when an archetype can have a specific field spell searcher monster. I feel like it just ties the whole thematic together. This is one that I've been kind of wanting to get a few copies of this just to hang on to. When this product came out, it was like $1 a piece, but now you can get them pretty accessibly for 50 cents. Yeah, Gamer's Choice is 1,300. Good luck wiping out that wall, but again, Speed Duel product is being discontinued, so who knows, maybe someday a deck that actually needs to run this will be popular, you know? Black Metal Dragon. This is a card that I really feel like deserves a holo reprint sometime soon. whether it's in Rarity Collection 3, Ghosts from the Past 3, or like a Battles of Legend kind of thing. This has way too many commons, and just the singular super from OTS 6. This super, when Dragon Link was popular last year during like the Worlds format, this thing was over $20. Like, $25 for an OTS super. How crazy is that? You can get these now for about $10. Misspoke, somebody already wiped those out. So about $11, 12, 13. It's not awful, but if you guys really need the super, just trade for it. I would not recommend paying cash for this. It's just a card that needs a holo print, a more easily accessible holo print too badly to really stay around this price forever. Black Goat Laughs. So this is one that's been seeing a lot of hype. This card used to be like $6 at its lowest. If you guys could have picked it up when, like, shortly after Phantom Nightmare came out, you guys could have got it for like $6, but they're frequently selling around 20 to 22. We have a few listings here at 19.20. Lowest with shipping is 20.45. Yeah, 20.45 including shipped. So you got to place that here at 19.20. It's not a bad card. This is a really good card. It sees a lot of side deck use, I've been noticing. So if you guys don't have this, this will not be reprinted this year in the Megatons. So if this card sees more and more play, all it's going to do is go up, 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 up until next year's Megatons, or maybe they decide to throw it in an OTS. Maybe they decide to throw it in like next year's Battles Legend. We don't know. We don't really know, but it's very highly unlikely. So if you guys don't have these, either wait for them to fall to like 15 if it doesn't see use, or go ahead and like pick up 1 or 2 copies now. I actually still need to pick up a couple copies of this. I was looking at it at $6-7, but I said nah, it's not gonna really be too popular. And then I was wrong. People actually caught on to it a lot earlier than I was anticipating. Another card that people kind of caught on to, courtesy of the Cali Effects video on the RDA budget deck, was Red Lotus King Flame Crime. There was a point where these cards were like $3 shortly after Terminal Revenge release, but because of his video specifically, these shot immediately up to like $10. They had very low listings, like sub 10 listings, kind of like they are now, and now you're paying way too much for a singular copy of this card. $18. Please tell me why this card's worth $18. Can you believe yesterday, so I'm recording this on June 29th, on Thursday and Friday, this card was $10, and the quarter century was like 20. It was like $22. It was literally double the price. I'm pretty sure the quarter century has since been bought out. Let's go ahead and double check. 25.10. Somebody please come grab this. That seems very cheap. If you guys need this, go ahead and pick up this single copy. I don't know if you guys are going to see this in time, but this is insane. 25.10 for a quarter century. And then we pop back on over, and the secret is $8 cheaper. There is... I don't have words for this. Some people just don't know how to use a search function. It's mind-baffling sometimes. This is another card that people are kind of hyping up for Red Dragon Archfiend. I don't know if it was in the Cali Effect video, but basically this is just level 3 or lower Fiend Tuner. It's just RDA support, or Resonator support. That's the only reason this is also being hyped. So if you guys open a ton of Maze of Millennia looking for Thrust or Bonfires, you guys will likely have a ton of this super. It was like, for a while it was $6, and then I don't think it's gone lower than like $1.50. I guess it was about $1. I've frequently sold these around 2s, but you're seeing these trend upward to about 8. 16 listings. Oh my god, it's like completely bought out. Okay, I did not realize that. 3 or more. You're paying $7.75 a copy for a playset. You were paying $25+ post-tax for a playset of Stone Sweeper. I'm gonna need to check my bulk. I have like a dozen of this. I'm pretty sure I still have a dozen of this sitting around. I have how many 5Ks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 5Ks full of cards that I should probably go sort through after I'm done recording this. Actually insane. Secret 6M Kizaru. So this is one... it's a very high likelihood of being a reprint candidate for when the Secret 6am stuff comes out. So, yeah, don't really go in on this. If you guys do have these, go ahead and offload them. However, we did think the same thing with Elder for the Ritual Beasts, but Elder, you know, did not get reprinted in Battles of Legends, so I guess who knows? This could stay $29 to $30, or this could be like a $4 to $5 secret that people want because it's like an OG secret. But yeah, you're seeing these frequently around $18, $20, $25, $30 per copy of Kizaru. And to kind of mirror this too, we also have Hatsume, which is significantly up toward $15, also spiking due to the 6am support. 31 listings, about $13 a copy, 14, 15. Here you got a playset at 14 each, playset at 13 each, plus bucks shipping non-verified, but 90 sales, 100%, maybe worth the risk. I have found that a lot of the times with these lower sales rate sellers, if they have 100% feedback and they have good comments, just go ahead and try. They're just trying to grind out sales to get the gold star. You know, toss them a bone, pick up some cards, and see how it goes. So this is another one that I could see getting reprinted. I'm almost certain that Shien, the Synchro one, is going to be reprinted. I have, like, God knows how many copies of that damn thing. Maybe like six or seven different printing, like different copies of a few different printings. I don't have the ulti. I know, not high rarity. Poor. Yeah, you're right. We're living on the janitor salary, man. That's why I do have the dual overload ultra swap frogs instead of ultis. So these have also significantly gone up. Again, Substitoad reprint. Value goes away from Substitoad. Substitoad, even being a short print, becomes more accessible. The value has to shift to other cards. The supply of Substitoad increases. The demand for the other cards is going to go up. So that's why we see this with Swap Frog, Dupe Frog. Ronin Totem is not legal. Not legal for Edison, so don't even try. I wish. But yeah, these ultras, you're sitting about $5-6 a copy. You can get playsets here. This is what, German? Yeah, German. There's 78 copies available at $4 a piece. 11 copies of Korean. Don't buy these. I really wish we could ban sellers or like block sellers to avoid having all these OCG posters in the search results for English. It's something I really hope TCG players working on. I know Card Market has a very nice filtering system where you can filter by country it's coming from or language that the card is in. They have more breadth to the conditioning. Card Market overall, I feel, is just so much more refined as a site for a marketplace. TCG player is just what we have in North America, so we just have to kind of deal with it. So I do want to pick up or see the other copy. Oh my god, the common's completely bought out too. Oh, that feels bad, man. So I had, like, no joke, 30 plus of this that I've offloaded for like $1.50, $2 a piece over the last, what, month and a half, 2 months? So this is like this is like real sting right now. I could have been getting like 4.5, but did you guys just notice what I noticed? This is my listing. I actually forgot I found another one of these in bulk and listed it. If you guys need a copy, hey, I got you. Just a singular copy, though. It's all I was able to find. Dupe Frog. The super is non-existent. It has 5 listings, 3 of which are heavy played, a non-verified unlim. What am I saying? Of course they're unlim. It's an OTS super. Non-verified 13 sales. He has 10 of these at $24. That's too low a sales for me, honestly, but... And if you want the only other copy, besides the 3 heavy plays and the non-verified seller, it's a German, and it's $43. Let's check in on the commons, see if they're doing it. Yeah, see, the commons are just plentiful. This is another card I feel like could use a nice foil reprint just to tank the price of this and, you know, make these not worth as much. Arch Nemesis Protoss. Now, I'm going to refresh this, okay? You guys may be looking at the price and be like, wow, this is like post-ban list Protoss prices, you know, when it got unbanned. Yeah, that's the problem. Why is this thing selling for $40? Is this being played in something that I'm not aware of? I just don't know why this is $40 again. Especially when it was down to 26. Somebody please inform me on this. I just don't know why Protoss is being played. I thought the only thing that could really play it was Sword Soul, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe like Snake Eyes can play it. Oh god, can Snake Eyes play this thing? If Snake Eyes can play this thing, get me out. I just don't even want to be here, man. This is a card that needs a singular foil print. DDR, Different Dimension Reincarnation. This card does see some like niche use. It's all commons. Every single print of this card is a common. I don't know why. I don't know why they haven't given this a super at least once. Discard 1 card, then target one of your banished monsters, special summon it in face-up attack position, and equip it with this card. When this card leaves the field, destroy the equipped monster. So it's called the Haunted, but for banished. And you can't use it on your opponent's turn, obviously, but... Yeah, it's not awful. I assume it has some, like, Edison use or something. Speaking of Edison use, Legacy of Yada. This card is going ape crazy. So from what I understand, this card and Jar of Greed were both being played, either one or the other or both, in all top 16 deck lists. That's just what I heard out of the RBet event that happened. Every single copy of this super, light plays are going for 7. What are near mints going for? Obviously, everybody wants the secret. The secret's high rarity. $7.50, $8 for the supers. Not too bad. I think I have a playset of this. I think I got them right around here, right around the $2 mark, so it did pretty good. This lets you get like a... This is just Jar of Greed, but say they have like Dark Dust Spirit or something, you can get like a draw 2. That's really one of the few times you'll get the draw 2, but otherwise it's just your 4th through 6th copies of Jar of Greed, and you're running a 34 card deck. It's like the old, what was it, Patrick Hoban that said if Upstart ever went to 3, everybody would just be playing 3 Upstarts for maximum consistency, and everybody would have 37 card decks. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. This is a really weird one, okay? So, if you guys have been paying attention to Megaton Golem, this thing, $1, $1, $1. These are all like $1 for the colored name Ultra Rares. But we look at the original Super, and this thing is like insanely overpriced. Granted, it's the original Super, okay? People like their OGs. This thing, no joke, was like $15 just the other... Yeah. Sales at 17, 15, 15, 17, 17, 15, 20, 22, 21, 30! Somebody paid $30 for this card! Why was somebody paying 30? When was this 30? May 6th? Why was somebody paying 30 for this May 6th? But I assume this was only being bought out, really, because of it's just a scarcity thing. You can see it's not turning over frequently at all, so I assume this is just a scarcity thing. Ancient Gear does have some, like, fans, I guess. I don't really think the deck is that good, but, you know, prove me wrong. Maybe the deck can actually perform. But if you guys are looking for just a couple copies to have, slap in a bulk box, forget about them for... 6 months. Just pick up some of these like greens or the blues. I wouldn't really recommend the purple, just because the purple on purple I feel is kind of hard to see and just doesn't look as good. I went ahead and got some blues. I think I picked up 9 of these. Yeah, that sounds about right. So wanted to have a few. Same with Ancient Gear Beast. I still need to pick up 2 of these supers, so we're starting to get more into the Speed Duel stuff. And this is Speed Duel Tournament Pack 5. Now, Beast does have an ulti, and it has an OG print super. Or is it OG print rare? I think it might be OG print rare, right? Am I high? Yeah, OG print rare. Okay, so it's rare, common, has the ulti from Lost Millennium, and then super rare. So unless you guys are buying the ulti, this is the only foil print that you can find of Ancient Gear Beast. Yes, it has a Speed Duel stamp. I know, it's a shame. It's $1, $2. There's 14 listings left on this. And look at the sales turnover. It does not sell frequently at all. Here on without scrolling, we can see all the way back to March. And we're almost in July right now. It doesn't have high turnover at all, but it's scarce because these listings aren't repopulating. And it's a Speed Duel tournament pack. Not a lot of people have access to these because not a lot of people play the Speed Duel format. I don't. However, I do love Speed Duel cards, so when these Speed Duel tournament pack cards come up, I'll snag a few. I think I only have 1 copy of this. I do need to pick up a couple more copies of this just to have a full set, just in case. But there's more cards like this in the Speed Duel that I really feel like you guys should be keeping your eye out for. Evil Hero Infernal Prodigy is another one. This is, again, Speed Duel Tournament Pack. Super rare. And it's just tanking. Just tanking. There are 15 here for $1.66. 17 listings. And then look. It's all one-ofs. They're like $2. Oh, here we have 11 at $2.50. Here we have 9 at $3. These are just non-existent. Somebody just swoop up all 15 of these. There you go. You have like most of the copies of this. Not a bad idea, especially with the new what was the new OCG core set called after Rage of the Abyss? I can't quite remember the name of it right now, but I'm sure one of you will leave it in the comments for me. But it's rumored that it's going to have Evil Hero support, and I'm all for this. Evil Heroes are so cool. Dark Gaia, give Dark Gaia another foil print. It has like the Speed Duel Ultra, I think it is. And then it has a super... Does it have an ulti? It might have an ulti. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of people tend to prefer this super rare from the Jaden Duelist pack. This is like the preferred rarity among people who do play this card. I remember when this was being teched in Sprite also. However, Speed Duel Tournament Pack copy is the same rarity. It's not highest rarity because you have an Ultra over here from Legendary Duelist Season 3. However, you have 3 prints here that are all... I would say they're all pretty equal for high rarity. If you want to run any 3 of these, you're sitting pretty good. But yeah, Speed Duel Supers are going to be scarce. They're going to be really hard to find. And in, you know, who knows how many years it'll take for them to appreciate. But once these listings are gone, they're gone. And I just don't see how they're going to repopulate. This is a prime example of this. So Champions of Vigilance, Speed Duel Tournament Pack 4. I did not know this card existed at all. Do you guys see what I'm seeing? There's 1 listing of this card. And you're like, okay, so somebody went ahead and bought it out here recently, wiped out the listings of it. The last sale is June 5th. Nearly a month ago. For 4 copies. Somebody bought 6 copies a month prior. And now the only copy available on the market is $11. For a tournament pack, Speed Duel Tournament Pack Common, by the way. Just, again, scarcity at its finest. And yeah, it has an Ultra, which is like $2. That's probably the copy most people will buy because it's foil. However, there's just no copies of the Speed Duel Tournament Pack card. And again, that's the thing you need to realize with Speed Duel stuff. People hate the stamp, so they just don't like the cards, but they're scarce because of that. We see scarcity win in the end a lot of times. This is another card that if you guys watched my very first Market Watch video on this channel, I was talking about Toon Table of Contents from Speed Duel Tournament Pack 1. Because this is a super rare Toon Table of Contents, and this is used as like a mini draw engine to try to thin your deck out. You run 3 of this and like a Toon Cyber Dragon or something. Or if you're playing like GOAT format, you can play 3 of this and whatever other, like Toon... Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. That's the one I'm thinking of. And then you can do some shenanigans with that. Or even if you wanted to do Modern, you could run the Toon Dragon and you could run trade-ins to pitch the Blue Eyes Toon and draw 2 more. This is a really good card. And it does see niche use. This thing is tanked. It was $2, sitting about $1.50 now. And there are several copies of this. You have 9 here at $1.50. You have $3.62. And then a bunch of one-ofs. There's 43 listings of this. And the thing that really irks me with this card is that there's just way too many commons and rares. Why is this the lowest valued print? And you can't tell me, oh, it's because of Speed Duel. It has a stamp. Nobody wants it. Hello? Why is this one $2.20? They're similar listed. Why is this one more expensive? Oh, it's just a Speed Duel common. They don't like the stamp, you know? This one's probably older. Okay, why is this one $3 market price? Again, similar listings for a Speed Duel common. There are 3 Speed Duel prints of this card, and the lowest valued one is a Tournament Pack Super, and the 2 commons are more valuable than it. Please make it make sense. Why are these consistently $3+ when the Super's like $1.50? Like, I just don't get it. Obviously, like, the Tournament Pack Super is going to be the high value one. That's like max scarcity. But this has no reason being $1.50. I'm telling you, like, this should be up here, like, toward the gold. Probably even, honestly, further than the gold. I would not be surprised if this card reaches $10 in the future. Throwing it out there into the void. We'll see if it ever, you know, amounts to anything, but we're throwing it out there. I've been a firm believer in this card since the very first video on the channel. And it just really seems way too low for the card, for what it is. Again, more scarcity here. Skull Servant. Now this has an Ultra, Super. I'm pretty sure, doesn't this have an Ultra, or am I thinking of the King of the Skull Servants? Okay, it does have an Ultra. But it has the Ultra, And then it has the Tournament Pack Super. And you can see based on the discrepancy via the market price and the lowest listed that people are acknowledging this because people are buying this. We look at sales. There's been a few that have sold. Yes, like somebody went ahead and paid $13 or something, and this probably is affecting the market price, influencing it more up. $10, $12, $12. Like, this is just consistently now a $12 card. And now all it needs is a few more buyers, like 15, 15, 15, 17. These all sold within the last 2-ish weeks. So people are looking towards Speed Duel cards, and they're like, hey, so this is Tournament Pack Hollow from Speed Duel. Maybe I should pick it up. Hey, Skull Servant, it's a fan favorite card. I like that card. You know, maybe I should just have a set, you know? Toss it away. Maybe it'll be worth $30 in the future. Maybe it'll be worth $5. Maybe I just like the card enough, you know? So there's just so many cards like this. Waken the Dragon, another prime example of Speed Duel scarcity. Okay. Unlimited. Tournament Pack. Standard stuff. Why is it $3.90? Market price. Oh, hey, it's okay. We have 4 copies here at $4.99 each. That's pretty reasonable. And then we scroll down. 10. 28. 29. There are 6 copies of this card available before this is a $30 card. For a Speed Duel Tournament Pack Super. Why? Again, scarcity. You guys have to realize scarcity plays a part. Now, will people be buying these at $20, $30? Maybe not now. Maybe it will take some time to appreciate, but we see the same thing with Tournament Pack and OTS. Most of the time, the foils, they will appreciate. Granted, the OTS ultis are kind of crashing. The quality control's been all over the place lately, so... but yeah, Dimensional Alchemist, this is another card, so tying into the Speed Duel stuff, and the Edison reprint video that we did a week ago, 2 weeks ago, whenever that was. This is another card that really needs a reprint. I know Leon from Jay's community, the Fresh Off the Press community, he picked up a ton of these when they came out, because he's like, yeah, no, this card was like $20 before this reprint. This is not worth like $1. This is not worth like 50 cents or whatever he had bought it for. And he had mad stacks of these, and he's winning, man. $2.50. Lowest playset is a French at $2.50 a copy. They have 4. Otherwise, you're picking them up from Simply Unlucky for $2.65 each. And he has 261. That's insanity. But yeah, I don't know what this is played in. I haven't seen a deck list with this in... oh god, ages. But granted, I don't really pay attention. The only Edison decks that I ever really pay attention to are Plants, Black Wings once in a while, and like Frogs. That's like it. So, kind of tying into more Speed Duel stuff, this is really weird. Let me know if this card is meta or was meta in Speed Duel. Because why is the raw secret? Why is this thing like $7? Okay, it has like multiple listings. I had a sale at 20, which is kind of odd. I don't know why somebody would do that, but so why is this one 7? But then we tab over. Okay, Slifer from the same set. Yeah, that's like 60 cents. But that's understandable, right? Because Slifer has the other Speed Duel copy. Streets of Battle City, which was guaranteed in every single mini box of this. So that helps explain why this Battle City box one down here is you know, these are pretty cheap. But then why is Obelisk $1.50? This guy does not have another Speed Duel secret print. So why is Raw 7 and the other 2 gods are like pretty cheap? These don't seem too bad, especially if you guys like reselling stuff. If you guys can find these for pretty cheap. I've seen God cards and Dark Magicians and DMGs and Red Eyes and Blue Eyes, Hero Commons. I've seen all of these cards go for multiple times what they're worth on TCG Player, just on whatnot. So if you guys want to make some money, you know, pick up a few of these Speed Duel Secrets, or hell, even pick up like the Legendary Collection Ultras that are like 30 cents a piece, and you guys can just go wild with those. People really like their nostalgia. And yeah, moving on to the next card, we got Shadow Spectre. So if you guys don't know what this card is, I won't blame you, okay? This card only has one print in the TCG, and it's Speed Duel Deck's Match of the Millennium. I did not know this card existed until I was going through some of the Speed Duel cards for this video. It's a solo print. It has never been printed in TCG before. 23 listings. And it's not like it sees, you know, play or sales or anything. But I feel like these cheap commons that don't have any other prints, I just feel like these are nice to have a couple playsets of. Toss them in your bulk for a little bit and let it appreciate, because these are likely cards that won't get other reprints unless they start seeing meta play and become like valuable. Kind of like Nimble Angler. That thing was bulk out of Abyss Rising for ages and ages and ages, and then Sprite came along and that was instantly like a $12-15 common. So they reprinted it in Maze of Memories, and then they also gave it an OTS Super. They should have just given it the Super out of Maze of Memories to begin with, but yeah, that's a topic for another day. Golgoyle. This is another card. Okay, it was printed in OCG years and years ago, but it just got printed in TCG for the first time via a Speed Duel product, this one being Streets of Battle City. This is the one that was like Arcana, Dark Magician, and Slifer, and all those guys. Again, pick up a couple playsets of this, just toss it away. You can see there's several dozens of playsets available. It's not a card that's going to see any sort of play, anything like that, but, you know, it's just nice to hold on to. You never know when it'll get wiped out just due to the Speed Duel scarcity again. Fiend Kraken, this is our last card for the day, and this also came out in Streets of Battle City as a TCG premiere. Well, not premiere, I guess, but first time printing in the TCG. Again, this card was printed in the OCG ages and ages ago. Hell, I think I have the Bandai card of Fiend Kraken somewhere around here, wherever my foreign cards are. 20 cents. You never know, okay? You never know when these niche vanillas are going to skyrocket. Perfect example, okay? Niche vanilla. Niche vanilla. We know why this spiked. We talked about this weeks ago. $2 still for the white dust on, because it's the only light fiend that can be searched off of Draconet. And it's also like searchable via Unexpected Die. And, you know, it lets you go into Fiendsmith in Infinite Forbidden. That's a whole topic for another video. We'll talk about the Infinite Forbidden rarity spread once we get more information on that. But yeah, if you guys have any cards that you guys want to see me go over in the next video, remember that video will be cards to look for when you're searching through bulk or when you guys come across deals, that kind of thing. Let me know in the comments below. If you guys liked the video, leave a like. Subscribe if you guys are new. The goal is I want to hit around 500 by the end of the calendar year. We have about 6 months to get there. I think that's pretty doable based on our trajectory now. Appreciate you guys hanging out. As always, stay safe. Stay hydrated. Go drink some water. You know, it's hot out there. And we'll talk to you guys in the next one. Maybe with a special guest. All right, we'll see you guys later.